Welcome to the Yellowjackets Hive. I'm Media Melanie here with,
And I'm Emily.
and we are back with another cordcutting.com exclusive and another interview at that. Today's guest is one who has no eyes. He plays the no-eyed man on Yellowjackets Season 2, and we would like to welcome Brody Romani. Hey, Brody, how's it going?
Good. That was a lot quicker than I thought.
Yeah, sped right through it. I've got a couple cups of coffee in me, so here we are.
Same.
Right on.
Yes, you played the no-eyed man in Yellowjackets Season 2. Before we get into questions, let's play our Yellowjackets Would You Rather. Emily, why don't you Would You Rather Brody?
Okay, I tried to make this one kind of tame.
Okay.
Would you rather follow the man with no eyes through the woods sleepwalking or be lost on your own in the wilderness for 2 months?
Well, assuming I'm not the no-eyed man following myself.
Right, correct. Assuming you're somebody else, yes.
Yeah. How long am I following him for?
As long as
No,
you're sleepwalking for,
yeah.
Oh, right.
However long you sleepwalk.
To be honest, it's the sleepwalking part is the scary part for me, not so much the no-eyed man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He's the same height as me. He's 6'6", so I feel like I could take him. But yeah, it's just not knowing where I will be when I wake up. And the other one was the wilderness, and for 2 months.
Yep, all by yourself.
I'll do the sleepwalking.
Oh,
I think I'd agree.
Yeah.
All
I think I would agree. The idea of being out there, by myself for 2 months is scary, but like you said, not knowing where you're going to be when you wake up is really terrifying, especially considering Thaisa almost walks off a cliff.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I would agree.
Now, you mentioned you're 6'6". Of course, we were actually going to ask you about that in this photo with Sammy and Aiden here. So were you the tallest one on set?
I think so. Definitely the tallest actor. There might have been a crew. Every once in a while when I'm on a set, I see a crew member that's really tall. And I can tell their height by like our eyes locking. Usually I'm like looking down at most people. But I see their eyes and we line up and I'm like, oh, that guy's tall. And then my mind goes to, is he as tall as he thinks? Because a lot of people don't really know their actual height. Yeah. But when I see their eyes line up, but I don't remember. I don't think anyone was as tall as me, but
okay.
I mean, everybody in the show looks a lot shorter.
So when you were cast in this role, it was a different actor who played the no-eyed man in Season 1. How much did you actually know about Yellowjackets when you auditioned and then when you were cast in the role?
So I knew the name of the show basically when I got the request to play. And then I was like, oh, it's the one with the airplane and they go down. So then I did the self-tape right here.
Nice.
Right there.
That's the spot. That's where the magic happens.
Yeah. And my tape was just me staring. I was like, that's all I did. So I did the tape and then I started watching the show. So I didn't start watching until I auditioned. And then I think I was only like 2 or 3 episodes in before I went in for a COVID test and all that stuff. It was a pretty quick rush.
Quick turnaround.
So what was your first impression of the show when you started watching it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I still don't know what my character was, but I liked it.
What did they tell you about your character? What did you know? Like, what was in the casting side that you received?
It was, I don't even remember if I got any like sides for my audition. It was just like, look into the camera.
Now, did you tape your eyes over or were you just looking with your wide eyes?
No, I don't even think it was, let me see. I think it was like, they didn't say no-eyed man, or maybe they.
Oh, interesting.
It's been a while. It was around August last year, I think it all started.
Yeah.
But I do remember once I knew it was the no-eyed man character, I kind of Googled it and I saw the guy from the first season. And I saw his face was really pale. So I assumed they were going to be like making me more pale.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I got to whiten my teeth. Otherwise my teeth will look very yellow.
Attention to detail, I like that.
Yeah, and I didn't. They're not.
Yeah, they look pretty good. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they look good.
But it turns out they didn't put any white makeup on his face or my face.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
looks kind of. Did they just do like a base regular skin matching foundation?
Yeah, they just matched my face to, or the yeah, I guess that's the only picture they got of me, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the only one I could find.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they just matched the prosthetic to my skin tone.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was
so
a
it was a
prosthetic that they
prosthetic.
put over your actual eyes, right?
Yeah. So it was a like this section, and originally I actually wore his face, and then they finally casted my face, and I was able to wear my own face. But
Oh.
so it's prosthetics over this whole section, and then underneath that is like black pantyhose. So it's a fabric. There's no contacts. It's just fabric underneath that's stretched, so I can kind of see through. It was hard to see through, but yeah.
Yeah, but you made it work. You were filming. Were you just kind of standing there, like staring into the camera? Was that what was asked of you?
Well, I guess the scene I'm in I used is the cliff scene,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, I was assuming it was going to be a lot of standing and stuff, but that one I was walking, and then I remember I'm so bad with names. Here, wait, Thaisa, Tawny? No, not Tawny. The teen one.
Thaisa? Jasmine.
Jasmine. Yeah, right,
Yes.
right. Jasmine.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not gonna mess this up. Jasmine, she came to set and she told the crew that she was going to be walking without her shoes on. And at first I thought that was because it's dark and you can feel the ground. It's fake snow, so it's not cold. So I thought, I'm like, oh, that's not a bad idea. I want to do that. So I asked if I could walk without my shoes on. But she was sleeping. She's sleepwalking. That's why she doesn't have her shoes on.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this last week. I'm like, wait a second. I didn't need to take my shoes off. But it did help me walk because I couldn't look down while I'm walking. Which it's already really dark in there. And I have this fabric over my eyes. So I couldn't really see. So I was mostly using my like feet to like feel the ground that was really bumpy. And what was the question?
Just about, the takes and what you were directed to do and whatnot.
What would I do?
And how long were your average scenes and takes when you were doing these either walking or standing scenes?
Yeah, most of the time it was just in film there's a saying called just hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait, yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of me just waiting. And that scene my scenes were usually the last thing they filmed. And I was there pretty early. Not like early, but I was there way before they needed me.
Yeah, right.
Just to get all the prosthetics and the wig and the makeup on.
How long did that all take to get done?
I think in the beginning it took a while because it wasn't actually it wasn't my prosthetic, it was the other guy. But once we did it a few days in a row after we actually casted my face, it was pretty quick. Maybe 2 or 3 hours.
That's quick.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty comprehensive. Yep. And you were in the one episode, Edible Complex, but how many actual days of filming were you on set for?
5?
I read in an interview, an article this morning that you shot some scenes that were not included. Is that true?
Who told you that?
That came from Tawny Cypress's mouth.
Okay.
In a published interview, yes.
In a published interview.
Correct.
Yep.
And I went to the unofficial premiere that was in the studio, and we watched that episode, and I was in it, and I was like, oh my god! I thought they maybe just cut me out as the whole season, and I was like, no. So I love the show. It's my favorite show that I've been on. I've been on like other shows like Riverdale, and
cool.
Love Riverdale.
I don't watch it.
I've never watched it, but I've heard it's good.
It's pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah. I think the beginning of it was better as it got a little wild as the seasons progressed. I stopped watching it probably like season 3, but anyway.
Is that the one
I
with
think
Archie?
that was
Archie. Yep, Archie and Veronica and Betty. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about favorite characters on Yellowjackets? You've had a dual experience. You've actually worked on the show and you've watched the show. So, what characters are your favorites?
I liked Teen Nat's character.
Yeah.
I think I do right before a new season comes out is I rewatch the previous season.
Mhm.
I do that with
Yep.
like shows I really like.
Yeah,
So
same.
I'm gonna end up doing that with this show, but I mostly just like I don't know. I think it's more the relationships that I liked between said characters and
Yeah.
stuff. Obviously Misty, Teen Misty.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Misty's our favorite. We love Misty.
Yeah, she's our favorite for sure.
Yeah, we love her. She's so unhinged in a fantastic way.
I'd say Nat and Misty.
Okay.
And I on set I'd probably talk to Samantha the most too. She's very welcoming and
yes, we've heard she's very
yeah, that's a really cute picture of you guys.
Yeah, actually, right before we took that picture, we had just I don't know where these little snippets and behind the scenes videos are, but we walked into the makeup trailer with like the main cast in there and we scared everyone. And then we walked out and took that picture. But like there's a whole thing with me and Sam walking around and like
I think I might have seen that.
Really? Was it on their Instagram?
Like she posted it on Instagram, like on one of her stories one day or something like that.
Maybe.
But I feel like I might have seen that.
That's fun.
Yeah, there's a clip of it. At least a clip.
Yeah. I want to do a time lapse of my makeup for next season.
That would be really cool. I think we'd all really like to see that. Season, you mentioned, season 3. Do you know yet if you will be returning? Any information or any confirmation?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right.
I read what everyone else reads, and apparently there's plans for the No-Eyed Man.
Apparently, our plans, yes.
So Tawny Cypress did mention in an interview we'll be seeing more of you. So we assume you will be back, but we were just curious if there was an official confirmation.
I mean, I'd like to know too if you guys want to let me know.
So let me ask you, since you watched the show, do you personally think that Taissa seeing the No-Eyed Man is a bad thing?
I don't really know what I think. I didn't even notice it in the first season. Like I googled the No-Eyed Man on Google Images, and I saw these pictures. I'm like, when did that happen? I don't remember that, but they kind of placed them in the background. Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't look like a good thing.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people suspect that your character represents maybe death or perhaps the opposite, perhaps trying to maybe warn Taissa of something. But again, she almost went off a cliff after she was following the No-Eyed Man. So it doesn't seem like good news.
Is that the same cliff where Misty and
Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're pretty sure that's Shit Cliff. Yes.
Yeah, Shit Cliff.
Shit Cliff. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, a lot of action at that cliff.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah, lots of action there with the crystal thing and pouring all of the shit down said cliff.
Crystal's the singing character, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. A lot of people think she's still alive too, but she looked pretty dead at the bottom of that cliff, if you ask us.
Yeah.
Her leg was like backwards or something, wasn't it?
It was.
Not only that, she was like coughing up blood when Misty was giving her CPR, so that's kind of like a confirmation for me that you're not alive anymore.
Yeah. You know what, Emily? We need to add Crystal being alive to our insane theories because I think that's a pretty insane theory. We're working on an insane theory article and video, so we'll add that on there. But yes, now in terms of the No-Eyed Man and the symbol trees, you're seeing around these symbol trees. What do you think the symbol represents in the wilderness? Now we know this is all just you speculating, but what do you think these mysterious symbols represent?
Whew. I honestly haven't even really thought about it. Like, I see them and I kind of just think maybe there's some like ancient thing that happened on these lands or something, like maybe like some like Wendigo-esque type deal. Sometimes I'm kind of scared to talk about like theories because people might dig into it too much. I mean, I post on the Reddit, or I don't post, but I reply on Reddit sometimes to some people.
Yeah, I'm big on Reddit too.
Yeah, and actually, I made a post saying hi to everyone a few months ago, and then people just asked me a bunch of questions, and they asked something like, "What's in my pocket?" or "What does the no-eyed man keep in his pocket?" And I said like a Butterfinger and a Beyblade toy ripper, and then I freaked out. I'm like, "Oh god, they're gonna think that's real or something." So when it comes to theories, I'm like, I like to read the simple ones, but regarding the symbols, is there more than one?
There's a few different symbol trees, and it appears that they make some kind of a formation or map of a larger symbol itself. So there's
Maybe some like
definitely a
witch,
few.
some like witch type thing, or like some
It could be Wiccan, definitely.
like
Mhm.
alchemy maybe or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many
It's all been
theories. We
tossed around.
just like to ask and see what
Yeah.
everyone thinks. It's such an interesting show because everybody has such a different experience, perception, and it's pretty wild, some of these theories that are out there on Reddit. I mean,
Yeah.
like what's the wildest one that you've personally seen?
The Butterfinger. So honestly, the long ones I don't read because they're a little long, and but I think it's that I'm Javi or something. A lot of people think that the no-eyed man is.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? See, I don't
Mhm.
know that I've seen that. I mean, I've seen Javi's the bear, Javi, Adam is Javi in Wilderness Bay, all different things.
Yeah.
But ooh, interesting.
Mhm.
I've not
Yeah.
seen that one.
I'm
I
like,
asked that person, like, how do you explain Javi having eyes? Like, if he's the no-eyed man, how do you explain that?
yeah.
And they didn't really have an explanation.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, when you were there for about 5 days, you said, did you hang out with anybody when you weren't filming? Any of the cast members? Did you guys get dinner, grab drinks, hang out, play games?
I didn't. I think, yeah, I was there for the first 2 episodes, and then I was kind of just waiting to hear back because I heard they wanted me all season, or might have wanted me all season.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been waiting, and so I imagine everyone was pretty busy working, and I didn't have that much time to really meet everyone.
Right.
Now,
Now, are you based in LA or Vancouver?
I'm in Vancouver.
You're in Vancouver. Oh, so you were working as a local.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know William Vaughn, who plays Cabin Daddy? He does improv and whatnot up there too. You guys wouldn't have. Actually, he was in season 1, but maybe you know each other from just the actors. No? Okay.
No.
He's cool too.
Yeah.
He does a lot of improv though at the improv company up there too. So I think that's
cool.
part of his big thing. Anyway, just curious. Would have been cute if you guys knew each other.
That would have been cute.
Cabin Daddy, No-Eyed Man, BFFs.
That's right. That's right.
There's another theory. Cabin Daddy, no-eyed man are BFFs.
Man with no eyes is Cabin Daddy's long lost son, who somehow his spirit got trapped in the wilderness. Although we did see the no-eyed man in Thaisa's childhood as well, so he's also outside of the wilderness. So,
yeah. But for some reason, I feel like he's connected to the symbol. Like, I can't explain it. Like, he keeps leading her to these trees. So it just makes me think that like they're somehow tied together in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think at this point.
Yeah.
It's possible. Now, have you heard anything about the bonus episode yet? We just interviewed Nicole Maines and she said she knows all about it. Didn't tell us anything, obviously, but did you hear any rumblings about it or do you know anything about it at all or no?
Is this like before? Oh, wait. Do you mean at like the end of the season, a bonus?
So there's a bonus episode coming in between season 2 and season 3. We don't know when yet. We suspect it has to do with the wilderness backstory because we saw Jason Ritter had done some filming for it dressed in Cabin Daddy's clothes. Just curious if you had heard anything about that while you were there.
I heard or read some posts about it, maybe, but that's about it. Do you think it would be like a full episode or like a webisode?
Ashley Lyle like confirmed there was one, so I think it's a full standalone episode. That's what I think.
Yes. We've gone back and forth thinking maybe it's something in the 1998 timeline post rescue. Maybe it is, the wilderness backstory. Then we were hoping it would be a holiday episode, Christmas Yellowjackets, but seems like that ship maybe sailed. So yeah,
maybe.
I'm counting on the first quarter of 2024. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Yes. Yeah, we'll take whatever we can get.
Yeah. for sure.
What was your favorite part of being in the cast for season 2? Like your highlight, your low light, favorite memory, weird things that happened on set?
Again, it was a quick, I mean, it wasn't a quick 5 days. It was a long 5 days. But just my face got raw by the end of it. I guess so that was
I'm sure.
a negative, I guess, because we're taking it off and on, and I don't do any like skin care type stuff, which I probably should if I'm wearing makeup all the time.
What about taking it off? Was it a process taking it off as well?
It's
Okay.
quicker, but it's like doing it 3 days in a row. Your
Yeah.
skin starts to feel it, and it's raw. And
Yeah.
they do these towels at the end where you just like put warm towels on your face to get all the gunk out. But they're kind of coarse, and when you rub your face with them too hard,
Exfoliating a little bit?
yeah, it gets rough. So I guess that would be the negative. But what was it? Just worthy things to note during
Yeah,
my
anything. Highlights, lowlights, strange occurrences on set, anything
yeah.
fun behind the scenes?
Well, I mean, every time I turned a corner, I scared someone, whether I wanted to or not. Um, the first person I met was Liv, and I found out their name was Liv, and I was like, "Is that a reference to Liv Tyler?" And
Steven Tyler's
Erwin
daughter.
from yeah, and I made that connection, their name. But yeah, no, Sam was just so inviting and so nice when I got there, and made me feel like a part of the team.
Aw.
Yeah,
But when I got into like the green room, there was the whole cast was there. It was very like jarring a
Wow.
little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least like the team cast and coach,
Yep.
they were all there. And yeah, it was. So I didn't actually talk to many of them. All of them looked at me, I'm assuming. And yeah, I know it's a big thing I want when I work on set is like a again going back to Lord of the Rings. I'm a huge like I got like a Elvish tattoo.
Oh, yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So a big thing I want is like they film those movies for 3 years straight, and it's like they basically had like a second family.
Mhm.
And I really, it's my favorite part about working in film is like you get to know each time with these people, and they start to feel like a second family. So for 5 days, it kind of felt like that.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah.
Craft services. How are the craft services there?
I remember being pretty good.
Yeah, that's
it
where you
was a
got the
struggle.
Butterfingers, right?
No, I find it hard that, or a lot of sets don't really do sugar that much anymore. Or when they do, it's like for 1 day.
Right.
But I would get the Butterfingers for sure. If they were there. But the crafty was good. I remember that. It was difficult to see, so they had to help me. And it was during COVID, so you have to. I mean, it's still like this, but you have to get people to. You request to get a thing, so you're like, "Oh, can I have that?" And they hand it to you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like 5 years ago, everyone was like, "No, no, 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 no." And just
Yep. Yep.
and touch
Got
everything.
precautions in place now.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Though.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, so hey, I don't
Same.
complain about those things either. All about the single serving packages, not reaching hands in bags where everybody else is
Yeah.
putting their hands.
Every once in a while, back in the day, there was pizza for hot snack, and people, you know how people get pizza and they rip it off and only take one, and they touch both. I'm like, I hated that. So I always rush to get to the pizza before everyone else because I don't want people to touch. I don't want people to touch my slice.
Yeah.
You can
I am
easily
right
rip
there
a
with
piece
you.
of pizza without touching 2 pieces of pizza.
I know.
Yeah. Oh,
So now that people do it for you, I like it.
yeah. No, I would like that too. Definitely. What else do you have going on right now? We don't know if you're coming back for Yellowjackets season 3, but the strike is now over and you're able to audition again. Anything in the works right now?
I'm kind of just waiting. I'll be honest. Yeah, I did an audition for. I don't even remember what it was. Actually, it wasn't really an audition. It was more so me sending just pictures for some sort of shadow monster. But I didn't hear anything, and I think they started filming 2 days ago. So I guess I didn't get that, but that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. And you mentioned Riverdale. Tell us a little bit about some of the other parts that you've had on different shows.
So I do. This was a credited role, but I do a lot of background work. So like extra stuff. So originally on Riverdale, I played a ghoulie, I think they're called.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Yeah, and I was in a juvie area with like Archie and stuff. And actually, in one scene, I had to like hold Archie back while we steal his shoes or something in juvie. He's really strong. I didn't know he was going to.
Really strong.
Yeah. So there was that, but in the later seasons, I think the second to last season, they had some weird thing with spooky version of Riverdale, I think it was, and I played kind of like a jump scare of Lucifer, I think.
Oh.
So they're inside Pop's shop or something. They look out of a window and a guy's there, and then it jump scares with my face there. I think that's somewhere on my Instagram too. But and then Sabrina. I was on Sabrina too.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah, and they're the same universe. So,
yeah.
I just did background on that one, and I was a skeleton man in the circus.
So you're a spooky dude. I mean, you're getting cast in these like spooky jump scare monster no-eyed roles. Is that what you intended to do, or are those just the kind of roles that gravitate towards you and you just end up booking?
I originally wanted to be behind camera, and I mean, I've been making YouTube videos since like 2007, and then the whole Lord of the Rings thing and the behind the scenes made me be like, oh, I should work in movies. This is great.
Yeah.
And then I was going to film school, and I started doing background work just for extra money. And then on Supernatural, I got a gig where I played a demon hand coming out of hell or something. And then the makeup artist kept comparing me to Doug Jones's like body type, if you know who Doug Jones is.
I think I do.
Yeah, is this familiar or anything? Like,
yes.
He's Pan's Labyrinth actor.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's like the guy known for.
He's been in so much stuff.
Yeah. So
I could see that comparison.
Yeah, I don't know contortion. He can contort. And I'm taller than him. So I guess now my goal is to be the Canadian Doug Jones.
I think that's a great goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I kind of fell into it, and now I find it really relaxing getting the makeup put on too. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very cool. Brody, we really appreciate you joining and sharing all about your experience in Yellowjackets season 2. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
I'm sure there is, but I don't remember.
Well, how about this? When you return for season 3, because we're pretty confident you're going to return, maybe we can catch up again and kind of see how things go next season for you.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good.
Tell everybody where they can find you on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you'd like people to go and connect with you.
The easiest one probably is YouTube. My YouTube is It's Brody, but if you go to www.itsbrody.com, it just redirects you straight to my YouTube channel. I use my Instagram a lot. I think it's Broads because someone took It's Brody, but
you really nailed the no-eyed man in season 2, and here's to many more seasons of being spooky ahead.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are here for it.
Yes, we are. Awesome. Thank you, Brody.
Bye.
Bye.